What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and we have quite a few things to talk about, starting with the baseball Vanessa Roulette. And this is actually really great because this is a fest character, and Vanessa's actually very useful because she's a purple attack, and you do need a purple attack team and RHD past tier 40. She's also really useful against Immortal Typhon because she has a type advantage, and because she applies chill, which actually enables you to do more damage against that Immortal Dungeon, which is actually really great. The other thing that's awesome about this is, well, one, you should make sure you're watching your ads so that way you're getting your free tickets every day, but also we'll be able to get these tickets from the events, which is actually really good. So if you go to the secret shop, clear the weekly battle card dungeon one time, play the epic quest one time, you're going to get free roulette tickets for the baseball roulette, which was actually pretty good. It's going to give you a lot of chances to be able to get old girl, which is very, very cool. You can also craft your memories, and this is something that they have been doing for a long time, and I actually love it that they do this. So whenever you get 200 souls, you'll be able to craft a memory for her. Now for me, this isn't a big deal because I already have a 5-star, but there's a lot of players out there, they're still working on Vanessa, maybe they don't even have her, and they're trying to get her leveled up. If you already have Vanessa, what I would recommend is going into Soul Quest and finding old girl and getting her souls from here. Whenever you get to 200, then you're going to be able to get a memory for her, and that's going to help level her up much quicker. The next thing is this bingo event. Now, I've actually went through and looked through all of these, and everything seems pretty easy for all the player base. I believe there's a time attack in here. That might be difficult for some players. Yeah, there's the time attack. Let me know in the comments if it is, but everything else looks pretty easy for everybody to play. And of course, they got the usual lots of rubies, which we all love, the castles, which we all love. You got the level 4 experience balls. You got the selection boxes for imprint stones, which is great. All of this is completely for free. And the best stones are definitely these PG stones right here, or these stones right here, in my opinion, are the best overall. But you're going to get 20 free gold hammers, which we all want those gold hammers. Very useful. But they're giving us a free fest character in 2000 Lin, and they're giving us his card also. And this is the only place that you can obtain him currently in the game. You can't obtain him in the summons, which is actually quite interesting. So if you go into the summons and you click on green, you'll see that he is not in here, which is pretty wild. It's actually pretty wild. So we actually have to go to the codex to check out his skills. Let's go to 2000. Let's click on Lin. There we go. And now Lin is a green balanced fighter. And you do need a green balanced team in RHD, but it isn't until tier 57. And most players are just not at tier 57. I'm a pretty big whale. Y'all know that. And I'm not there. I'm at tier 52. There's no way I can go higher. Even with maxed imprint stoned up, level 50 awakened characters, there's no way I could go higher than that. So he's not really useful in that respect. I mean, you still could use him on a green team early on in RHD, but if you're looking for a specific team for RHD, he's not going to really fit the bill because you have to go all the way to tier 57. But he is a free character, right? His leadership does give him the increased green element fighter attack by 40%, decreased damage received from red element enemies by 15%. Okay, decent. And his cores is actually pretty interesting. He has a 30% poison attack damage increase, which is great because he deals poison damage. He has 15% PG rate. He also decreases poison damage received by 20%. So if someone does do poison damage to him, he actually takes less damage from them. He gains super armor for 3 seconds when attacked on a 15-second cooldown. And then he increases penetration by 150 for 4 seconds for each attack, which stacks up to 750 penetration, which is pretty cool. And then he decreases the target's attack speed and movement speed by 15% for 5 seconds when attacking a poison enemy. So when he's attacking them, he's pretty much going to be slowing them down, which is great because what that initially does is make you look like you're going faster, which means it's going to be easier for you to interrupt their skills and then hopefully juggle them around and get the kill. When attacked by a poison enemy, 50% chance to deal poison damage equal to 2 times the remaining poison damage to the attacker and remove poison. So he has poison explosion. Wow, pretty interesting. We'll talk about that in here in a little bit. So his first skill, decreased damage received by 80%, which is great because he has no immunity. and then it has a 100% chance to reset the cooldown of Kazumi upon landing a skill. And so the first skill is going to reset the second skill. The second skill, and by the way, the first and third skill are blast skills. The second skill is the first and third skill are strike skills, and the second skill is a blast skill. The second skill increases attack by 29% for 7 seconds and deals poison damage. Then the third skill actually can reset Kazumi also. So his first and his third skill can reset the Kazumi. They both have a 100% chance of doing it, which is actually really good because it's actually going to help you get more PG game because you're doing your attacks more often, and it's a 100% chance, guaranteed reset on the skill. So that's actually really great. But it also has super armor on the skill. And then you see the default, nothing big there, and then the striker bonuses deal poison damage. Pretty cool. So that skill there, he does a lot of hits. So that might be one of them skills, like when characters are using their super armor, it's going to keep them stationary, locked in a moment, kind of like Genetsu's first skill or Haramaru's second skill. There's that poison damage. Pretty cool. I like it. Breathes the poison out at him. And there's that super armor. Nice flying kicks going on. I like it. I like it. Okay, so that skill you can definitely use in the Immortal Dungeons. And here's his finisher. So far, so good, my friends. This is a pretty long finisher. Now, right there where he picks him up, that's where the skill's going to get canceled when you're facing Immortal Dungeons. But pretty cool skill and actually very long. Even up until the grab, that's a pretty long skill. So that's actually good to see. Now, let's talk about the caveat to this character. So they gave a green character poison damage, right? Okay, it's useful and it's not useful. And let me explain. It's useful because he has poison damage and you can actually use him against Mortal Vulcan. It kind of sucks because he's a green type, which has the disadvantage against this specific boss. But, so it's kind of a weird thing that they introduced a character that has poison damage, a green character that has poison damage, because he actually has a type disadvantage against Immortal Vulcan. And you want, on your first team, you want characters that have poison damage. It doesn't mean you can't use them. You can still put Jeanette in the leadership, and if you have Nightmare Geese on the team, you could still, and you know, because of Nightmare Geese long 3PG, you could probably still put in work. But remember, green fighters are going to take 50% more damage against this boss than the other characters that you're going to use against them. Their survivability is going to go down big time. But Lin does have the decreased damage received. Maybe it would help him stay alive, but you might have to have him built really well. Now, a good thing is, against Immortal Nyx, which does require dot explosion, any kind of dot explosion, and there's no type advantage or disadvantage, then Lin's going to be very useful. Because then you could put Jeanette in the leadership, you could put Lin on the team for the dot explosion, and then you could put Geese, Nightmare Geese on the team. And Geese has darkness. So you'll have your darkness and your dot explosion on your first team. So for the Immortal Nyx, it's actually really good. So it's not all bad. It's definitely some good things about Lin, but this is something I really want to touch on right here is this KOF pass. So this pass is different and unique amongst all the other passes because they're actually giving us a multitude of memories in this thing. So if you're willing to spend $5, you'll get 400 rubies and you're going to get 600 Lin souls and 1 memory for the character. That's actually a really amazing deal in all honesty. Think about how many rubies you might have to spend just to get a memory for this character, right? If he was available in the summons. But then if you go to the big boy and you spend 50 American dollars to unlock this, you're going to get 3 double attack stones that are specifically for Lin or any green balanced fighter that has poison damage, but Lin's going to be the optimal choice for these stones because all of them have poison damage. We do know that dot does stack on top of each stone, and it's increased to balanced type fighter, which Lin is. You get 3 of them. You'll get the circle, the square, and the hexagon. You'll get 75 gold hammers, and you're going to get 4 memories for Lin. You also get 105 level 4 experience balls and level 2 experience balls and level 3 experience balls. But really the stones the hammers and the memories are really where it's at. So normally we would get 4,300 rubies in the KOF pass, but they have removed that and put the Fest character in here. And this is what's really cool is, well, depending on your perspective, you're going to be able to get 5 total memories from this KOF pass. If you have the money to spend, you're going to be able to take Lynn, who we're all going to get for free from Bingo, all the way up to 4 stars. But on top of that, you can actually craft Lynn's memories. And you get these tokens here from the elemental event. So you need 2,000 tokens to get 1 memory, and that event is going on for 48 days. And you'll be able to get, and you'll be able to get those tokens from these elemental events. So once you have 4,000 tokens, you'll be able to get 2 memories. And if you did decide to buy the KOF pass, then you're going to be able to take Lynn all the way up to 5-star, guys. You'll be able to level them up to 5-star, and you'll have all 3 of those imprint stones. So you're just going to have to weigh out your options if you think that's really worth it. I mean, I think the KOF pass is actually much better than what it was before, because, I mean, think about it. Before we would get 4,300 rubies in this, right? 4,300. And then they put in some random memory for a character. We know exactly what memories we're getting, and spend 4,300 rubies in the summons and see if you get 5 memories for the same character. It's not going to happen, my friends. Unless you have some insane luck, it's probably not going to happen. 4,300 rubies, you figure 900 rubies per summon. I mean, that's, you know, only 4 summons. Well, a little over 4 summons. This is guaranteed. You're gonna have enough souls to take the character all the way up to level 90. You're gonna be able to take them all the way up to 5-star if you buy this. It's actually a pretty good deal. But if you're looking at it from the perspective of, well, I wanted him for Immortal Vulcan, I don't know how useful he's going to be against Immortal Vulcan, but I'll try to test him because we will get the character before Immortal Vulcan leaves. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get this card here because we need to do this last mission, clear 6 daily missions 10 times, and that's just not going to happen in 1 week. So I'll be able to test Lynn in against Immortal Vulcan, but I won't be able to test him with his 5PG card, and that is a pretty long animation, and that might hurt him quite a bit, especially as far as survivability, because you'd have the type disadvantage against Immortal Vulcan. And the other thing that you'd have to just weigh out is, what characters do you have? Can you already clear Immortal Vulcan pretty easy? But really, when it comes to Immortal Vulcan, I just don't think that he's going to be the ideal choice, again, because he's just going to have the type disadvantage. And there are other poison damage dealing characters like Leona and Pretty Big that are just way better, because, you know, Leona has a type advantage against Immortal Vulcan, and Pretty Big is super tanky, has poison damage, easy play. You can set up a really great red team for them. But against Immortal Nyx, he'll be pretty useful. But if you already have a team that can take down Immortal Nyx, or if you're already working on a team that can take down Immortal Nyx, then buying the KOF pass might not be a good idea for you. But all in all, I am super happy with all of this. I'm much happier with this KOF pass versus the past. Really happy with the bingo event. Always happy with the bingo events. Just so great to get all these rewards, get a free fest character. Really happy with the roulette. This is great. Happy that they're going to give us the free tickets every single day for doing these events. I mean, there's a lot of goodness here. Really loving it, and I feel it's very generous. And we needed something like this, especially after the crap that a lot of people have been dealing with in the BS banner, getting screwed left and right, pulling for Nightmare Geese and Chrysalid. So let me know how y'all feeling about the KOF Pass, the Bingo, the Vanessa Roulette. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time, Sunday through Thursday. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.